Hello, Greg King. This is my brake booster testing apparatus, and it's out of focus because I'm on macro setting on the camera so we can see stuff up close. Got your fabulous T50-12 booster, and I'm going to test it right now. First I'll give you an explanation of the machine. First thing we're going to talk about is our vacuum, and what we've got here is our two vacuum gauges, and our expected results are for both gauges to go to the maximum vacuum, which is produced by my pump. And as the booster is activated, this gauge will stay the same, and this gauge will progressively go to 0 as the booster is activated. Over here we've got our gauges for the brake fluid for the hydraulic test, and I'm using .3 fluid, which is what I recommend you use as well. Input is what my master cylinder, and this is the master cylinder, just a little hand-operated pump, and input is what my master cylinder is going to produce. And what happens is this gauge goes up, maxes out, and this gauge continues to final input pressure. And output is what your booster is actually doing, and this gauge is going to go up until it maxes out, and this gauge will show final output of the booster. And at the same time, we are going to check your brake light switch. Now I just screw this in hand tight and got a little drip on it, so let me get a wrench and snug it down. I think that's a 24, isn't it? Let's take a look here. Most people make the mistake of cranking down these things super tight, and you're not supposed to do that. It's just just on a pipe fitting, and so all you want to do is tighten it up until it looks, until it seals. We're not holding together the Eiffel Tower here. We just screw it down till it seals. Anyway, what we're going to do is check your brake light switch for function. Now I'm going to start the first test without the vacuum applied, and what we're simply going to do is check the brake light switch. And I just realized I can't do this with my well, alright, first of all we'll just do hydraulic pressure in without any vacuum. You can see this gauge is going up, this one's going up, and this is going up, and they're all going to register the same because all we have is just the input from my master cylinder, which is, in this case, gauge maxes out at 350, and that's what we're going to have. So all the gauges are in agreement, as well as can be for a 40-year-old machine. Alright. And sometimes the master cylinder doesn't work. Getting old. Alright, now I'm going to do the same test, except let's see if I can set the camera down here and not have it fall over. I didn't think this through. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll just set it beside the continuity tester. What I'm doing is a continuity test. I'm going to hook up the two wires to the brake light switch, activate the booster, and the continuity alarm should sound when we have contact on the brake light switch. So we're just testing the brake light switch right now. Okay, so now we have your brake light switch works. There we go. Excellent. Alright, now then, let me get this stuff out of the way. We are now going to hook up the vacuum portion of the booster. Sorry for the camera work here. I hope it doesn't make you seasick. Alright, so now we've got vacuum hooked up. And this is where we take our what's called the control, or the This tells us when there's a differential in vacuum inside the tin can. And here we go. What I'm doing now is trying to figure out why I don't have why this gauge is not matching this gauge, and it looks like I got a leak, got a vacuum leak someplace. Where do we have a vacuum leak? Is it in the hose? No, it's in here. It's in this fitting. It's in this item right here. Okay, got a vacuum leak in here. So this is a non-serviceable item. So what I'm going to do is take it apart and see if I can clean it out some more, and see if there's any way that I can make this thing work. Because right now we got a vacuum leak in there, and that's why I have the test equipment. So all right, I'll get back to you later on with another video. But just let people know these things don't always work. The biggest problem is that's a non-serviceable item. It was crimped together internally with a couple of gaskets and a couple of seal rings, and there's nothing you can do about it. It does not come apart. I mean, no repair parts even if it did.